Mahathirism. Mahathirism is an ideology that existed from a leader figure. As we know, Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad is a well-known figure. He has been 2 times as a former Prime Minister of Malaysia. During his period as Prime Minister, he has created many successful achievements for Malaysia. So, what can counter others' mind and perception is being said like that about Mahathir. His aura is very strong for any either friends or enemy. There is a scholar who researched about Mahathir portrayed Mahathir as mellow maverick, since he has mastered the art of turning adversity into fortune. The scholar is Suhaili Aslam. As we can see, from a philosopher to a successful politician. So we will see further about Mahathirism characteristic.
The first core component of Mahathirism is nationalism. Nationalism itself can be defined as an ideology represented by people who think that their nation is superior to all others. But in the context of Mahathirism, it is a specific brand of nationalism promoted by Mahathir during his term as Prime Minister of Malaysia. It divided by 2 components, which is Malay nationalism and Malaysian nationalism. Malay nationalism focuses on the interests and advancement of the Malay ethnic group within Malaysia. For example, implementing new economic policy and EP in order to improve the quality of Bumi Putra in economic and education. Meanwhile, Malaysian nationalism encompassing all ethnic groups in Malaysia. For example, the Look East policy that aimed to emulate South Korea and Japan's ethnic and economic as a model for Malaysian development.
So next I'm going to talk about capitalism in terms of privatization Malaysia Incorporated. So Tun Daim Zainuddin is the Malaysia former finance minister, played important role in the country privatization effort in 1980s to 1990s. The privatization process in Malaysia is now as turning impulse to reduce the role of the public sector and promote private sector. Under Daim's term as finance minister, many state-owned enterprises were privatized to make them more efficient. However, the privatization process has been critiqued for benefiting the Daim boys. This has brought concern about politics and business problems. And moreover, the Pandora Papers also revealed that Daim family have large offshore asset and real estate holding, so this raises question about wealth distribution and potential conflict of interest. Although the privatization program aimed to transform Malaysia's economy, it is also seen to benefit certain groups rather than the general public. Therefore, management and distribution of privatized institutions and assets is still a contentious issue.
Mahathirism in Islam context comes from the resurgence of Muslim community worldwide, the rise of the revivalization of Islam around 1917 era. At that time, Muslims in Malaysia also began affected by the effort to Islamize the Malaysia, so several organizations also emerged such as Darul Arqam, Perkim, and Tabligh. The effort of Islamization gets stronger when ABIN, who is led by Anwar Ibrahim in 1981, brings the slogan of Islam as the way of life, and the corporate will pass. But with the Mahathir influence, Anwar Ibrahim ended up joining the UMNO, and the UMNO gained more support from the citizens. Once Anwar is appointed to be one of the cabinet with Mahathir, he is given power to make Islamization and changes. Thus, the IIUM and Bank Islam is established. On Mahathir's view on Islamization, he is not too prominent on the Islamization prospect. Only commented on Muslims nowadays need to be contribute themselves into seeking the knowledge and bring development through the self-improvement, because it is one of the aspects in Islamization too. To consider Mahathir as a populist, we supposed to be not on the paper side. He himself did not proclaim as an ideal populist because of how he represent the Malay in much general context, because of his nationalism spirit and also his responsibility as a Malay. He did not see the rural and wealth in antagonistic relationship, but more to engaging the rural to rise and to be like the wealth in managing the social status. And when it comes to the context of politics, we can see his popularity and populism in the conflict between Team A, which is Team Mahathir and Ghaffar, and Team B, which is the Team Razali and Musa. In this incident, it resulted with Team A won 791 votes and Razali having the 718 votes. This gave Mahathir the reward of loyalists in the party that leaving the Team B as a sidelines. This also detained the name of Razali because of he previously is a deputy prime of minister under Mahathir, who was a prime minister that time. Yet Razali unable to keep up with Mahathir because of their differences, so he chose to resign and join the Team B that end up losing to the Team A.
In conclusion, the ideology of Mahathirism conceptualized by Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad during his tenure as Prime Minister of Malaysia comprised core components including nationalism, capitalism, Islamism and populism. Through this ideology, we can learn many things, which is all Mahathirism cannot be reproduced in its original form nowadays, but we can learn many things from it, and if we need to apply this Mahathirism ideology, we need a modification to be adapted in today's political landscape. That's all.